Yes.
Okay, so very good morning on this Saturday morning. So we have Mr. Ketan Gandhi with us. So very renowned personality in the coaching industry and educational sector. So last week, right? Last week we just had a conversation and we thought that what we can have something on an educational front for entrepreneurs, which can be very useful on the practical grounds. So हमने क्या किया कि we designed a series of meetups with KgGuruji Academy, which is one of the fantastic academy which is doing a lot of activities in the educational sector for entrepreneurs. So we associated with them and Big Box as a space for facility and a co-working space where we can meet and gather entrepreneurs for such kinds of things. तो ऐसा कुछ हमने सोचा है. This is the first meetup that we are planning over here. So the name is How to Innovate, and the whole idea is from केतन सर कि हम ऐसे कुछ टॉपिक्स रखेंगे जो प्रैक्टिकल ग्राउंड्स में हेल्प करें एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, instead of talking about all those bookish thing, what we can do actually in the practicality which is helpful in our day-to-day lives. So over to you, Ketan sir, and let's start. Let's have something fantastic.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Sainath. Thanks for the collaboration. I think it is a need of an hour that like-minded people gather to meet up frequently, share the ideas, because learning is always through sharing, and all people, all professionals working in different industries, different sectors, their knowledge, and if we can accumulate all the knowledge, it will be fantastic for everyone. So based on my 25 years of industry experience, I thought I should share a few things, especially on how to part, because as we know, in today's time, due to information availability or accessibility and the tools and resources available, everyone knows what to do and why to do and when to do and where to do. But how to part is something which require a focused efforts on. First is to understand and then application of those things. Then probably how to part is very clear. So my focus today will be on how to part, and of course we'll build a context first and then move on to the how to part. So today's agenda will be why we need innovation. Why we need means as a country, as Indian businesses, as micro, small and medium enterprises, why we need innovation. Which are the pillars of innovation which are being practiced by some of the leading innovative companies? What are the skills of innovation leaders? Because if we know that these are the skills required to be an innovation leader, probably we all can focus on developing or enhancing those skills. Then there are a few tools available. Of course, there is a 2-year program on innovation and entrepreneurship, so comprising everything in just 2 hours would be quite challenging. But we'll just practice at least one tool with every meetup so that we get an inventory of all the tools. So today also we have planned for working on one tool, and then everyone can share their experience, and of course forum will be open for questions. So coming to the first topic, why we need innovation as a country. And I mean, you are free to share your thoughts. But I think economy and social, these are the two major factors for India that we have to innovate. One is growth of our economy, because our GDP is stagnant around $2 trillion for last 3-4 years. It's not moving up, and if we become happy that we are the fastest growing economy in the world, that happiness is just illusion, because 7% of $2 trillion is just $140 billion addition every year, and that's not going to be sufficient if we have to become a top 3 economy in the world in terms of $10 trillion plus economy, because China and US both are $10 plus trillion economy, And if we have to reach to $10 trillion economy, this 7 design your ideal wallet. Now I would like you to discuss and share each other your drawing to other,
Okay.
and list down the features that everyone has included, and list down the features which are unique, maybe only he has thought of, only you have thought of. So, divide the paper into 2 sections. So we'll have a total list of features, like if we combine all drawings, then we'll have 20 features, for example. Out of 20, 10 or 12 might be common, and other 8 may be unique.
Yeah.
Just discuss a bit, check each other's drawing. Yeah.
You are done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start with you.
And I just try to, I think something are quite standardized so far, because the need, as per the need, let's have evolved over a period of time and then reach to this stage. What I have done, just nothing else, the most of the wallet is same. So these card section, these are the
Yes, so right card section.
Card holder.
Okay, card holders here. Behind the card holder, in the under there is a pocket actually where you can keep some papers. You know,
Okay.
behind this, and here
Or paper.
yes, and here there is a for the money section,
Money.
and this can be either used for the money or some papers etc.
Money holders.
Okay.
Numbers.
What I have done, I have made it more vertical than horizontal. This is a horizontal one.
Right.
So I have made it vertical, little thicker, it will height more, but it is less lengthy. Less is
That
less.
also is a feature. So increase height.
The height is this, and this is little less, and this is high. The purpose is that the note section etc. may stop here. So I have blocked the note here and put everything will stop here actually, and this place can be used for some like changes etc. or something which takes which is thicker actually, which is thicker in that. Because here you will keep papers, this will become thicker, and this will also become thicker, this will be loose actually. So you can keep something which is thicker and can be put. So there is a pocket here which is on the upper side, but there is only one pocket. There is no behind. There is nothing behind this pocket. So you can like when you put some changes, normally wallet become very thick because there are 4 layers already, and then you have put the change. So now here there are 4 layers of things, but here that the space they have created, you can adjust the changes and some thicker part actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will help to reduce the thickness of the wallet, which is I think is quite important. I find.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
the same thing I agree for these coins and all. The space has no such place. So need a bigger space and the corners of the pockets. Because so many times they are just found and all.
Yeah.
So it's very so need some like a huge corner curve corner will be required. And the cards and the money section will the same. That's it. And about the quality about the wallet, the fabrics, the not hardened fabrics will be required. That's it, and it's not a shiny one.
Yeah.
That's it.
So write down the fabric specification.
The sorts, yes, the sorts will be.
Okay. So I usually prefer one ID card holder. You can show to maybe security in office or no.
So write down ID
So
card.
ID card holder. And we want 2 or 3 card holder. But what I added one is the lock is ID card. Because usually what we see is ID card slips.
Okay.
It's only open. So we
So
added
they
one
cover.
flap.
Okay.
Add one flap so that
So it's a cover for slab for ID card, not to
flap
slip.
for ID card.
Preventing them to slip.
Yeah. And rest of what we need is one
Yes.
or two
How many
sections for-
compartments?
Yeah, 2 sections for
2.
money. So you
How many compartments for money that you have thought of? 2. How many compartments you have thought of? 2.
For these
money notes.
Yeah, for two. Actually, I thought of only one. The second. Yes, yes. In fact, government
department can innovate, and that's what they are doing right now. We all can innovate in our own area.
I think farming also a lot of innovation has happened. The people who used to like grow the BAU crop, I will say, because that's a normal, everybody actually grow. The people have changed their way. They look at that what is the crop which is getting exported, and then moving it to changing that crop altogether and moving into the export business. And so I saw one person actually. I think there are many actually. And that's how if you go into Punjab and other places, the farmers have earning, many farmers are earning much more than software engineer may be earning here, or any other actually manager earning here. And because their products are directly going to out of the country actually. They made something which is not consumed here, but a heavy price is being paid outside in Europe and other places.
And what I have observed, even based on my personal experience, is there is always an innovator inside all of us. It's required, we need to just awaken. It's not necessary that we need to go out and start up to exhibit our innovativeness or our innovative approach. Even when we are working for some of the corporate companies, we can still be innovative and we can change the way we are doing our activities. And there are a number of things can be done. So 100 years, this used to be the 1907 factory, this is 2007 factory. World has changed, everything has changed. It's time to think about our own thinking. You will feel the need to change. Opportunity is there, market is there. I worked with a number of companies and proved already that there is no recession per se in any business segment. There is always a scope for innovation. And once you work on innovation, there is always a blank area which is not being served by any other companies.
Basically, the companies are saying that they are suffering recession, probably they are not innovating.
Yeah, so the moment you say there is a competition, there is a recession, that means your product offerings or your solution becomes a commodity. And there are many solutions available in the market. And customers are not feeling any differentiation between your solution and your competitor's solution. And if that happens, then everybody will feel, yes, there is a recession. Because there are many competitors. So something which is called VRIO framework, which is also one of the management tools, I am sure you might be aware, is talks about the rareness or uniqueness. Value addition that your product is doing, and rareness or uniqueness. Till the time you have a uniqueness or rareness, customers are going to be using your product and loving your product. The moment you lose a rareness, automatically you are into commodity zone. And commodity buying and selling is based on price. Even nothing wrong in it. Even if you are in commodity and if you can produce at a large scale, it's still a good business. Nothing wrong in it. But then you are missing out an opportunity to bring a change in the world and in the country. Yeah, so these are my few of the thoughts that I wanted to share, how to innovate and reasons behind it. I mean, this house is open to discuss some of your experiences or your questions or any other idea that you might have. But I would always seek your feedback on was there any new thing to learn?
Everybody know, but we don't implement it.
Right. This is all implementation. I mean, that's what I started. That the knowledge is available. There is no dearth of knowledge. Everything is you have in the form of books or internet, but the question will always be implementation. Right? And you need to start the implementation, and someone needs to help you out in implementation.